Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our discussion program. Today, we're exploring a question that affects almost everyone in our modern world. Should electronic documents completely take the place of paper documents? It sounds simple, but there are many different viewpoints. Joining us to share their perspectives are Mark Johnson, who supports the move to fully electronic systems, and Elena Petrova, who believes that paper documents still have an important role to play. We will begin with opening statements from both Mark and Elena. After that, they will have a chance to respond to each other's points. Then, we will have a short discussion section, followed by their closing thoughts. Mark, would you like to begin?
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, I strongly believe that electronic documents should completely replace paper documents. It's time we fully embraced the digital age and left paper behind. My first main reason is the environment. Think about how much paper we use every day in offices, schools, homes. Making paper requires cutting down millions of trees, which are essential for cleaning our air and providing homes for wildlife. The process also uses huge amounts of water and energy and creates pollution. Then there's the transportation of paper products, adding more carbon emissions. By switching completely to digital, we can significantly reduce this environmental damage. We can save forests and reduce our carbon footprint. My second point is efficiency and accessibility. Electronic documents are incredibly easy to manage. Imagine needing an old electricity bill from 5 years ago. With paper, you might spend hours searching through boxes in the attic. With electronic files, you can find it in seconds using a simple search function on your computer or cloud storage. You can access your documents from anywhere, your phone, your tablet, any computer with internet access. This is fantastic for work collaboration and managing personal information. Sharing documents is also instant. You can email a report or share a file with colleagues across the world immediately, instead of waiting for postal services. Thirdly, let's talk about cost and space. Paper is expensive. Businesses spend fortunes on paper, ink cartridges, printers, and maintenance. Then there's the cost of physical storage. Filing cabinets take up valuable office space, which costs money in rent. Storing old paper records often requires dedicated archive rooms or even external storage facilities, adding more expense. Electronic storage is far cheaper and takes up virtually no physical space. Cloud storage plans are very affordable, and hard drive space keeps getting cheaper. In conclusion, moving entirely to electronic documents is the logical next step. It's better for our planet, makes our lives and work much more efficient, saves money, and frees up space. It is the modern, intelligent, and responsible direction for our future.
Thank you, Mark. Now, Elena, we will hear your opening statement.
Thank you, Sarah. While I agree that electronic documents offer many conveniences, I strongly argue against their complete replacement of paper. A fully digital world overlooks some serious problems and risks. My first concern is accessibility and the digital divide. Mark spoke about accessing documents anywhere, but that assumes everyone can access them. The reality is different. Not everyone owns a computer or a smartphone. Not everyone has reliable, affordable internet access, especially in rural areas or developing countries. Think about elderly people who may not be comfortable with technology, or low-income families who cannot afford the necessary devices and internet plans. Also, some people with disabilities find digital interfaces difficult to use. Relying only on electronic documents could exclude these groups from essential services and information. Secondly, there are significant issues around security and long-term preservation. Electronic files are vulnerable. They can be hacked, stolen by cyber criminals, or infected with viruses that destroy data. Systems can crash, hardware can fail, and data can be lost forever if not backed up properly, and even backups can fail. Furthermore, think about the long term. Will the file formats we use today be readable in 50 or 100 years? Technology changes so quickly. Paper, when stored correctly, can last for centuries. We have historical documents that are hundreds of years old. Can we truly say the same for a digital file created today? My third point relates to the unique value of physical documents. Some official documents, like birth certificates, property deeds, or certain legal contracts, often require a physical signature, a seal, or specific paper to be considered valid or official. There's also a tangible connection to paper. Many people find it easier to read long texts on paper, to annotate, or simply prefer the feel of a physical book or document. Think about historical archives. The original paper documents hold immense cultural and historical value that a digital scan cannot fully replicate. In conclusion, rushing to eliminate paper entirely is risky. It ignores the real problems of the digital divide, the serious security vulnerabilities, the uncertainty of long-term digital preservation, and the enduring value of physical documents. We need a balanced approach, using digital where it makes sense, but keeping paper where it is necessary, safer, or simply better.
Thank you, Elena. Now we move to the rebuttal phase. Mark, you have the first opportunity to respond to Elena's points.
Thank you, Sarah. Elena raised some important points, but I believe the challenges she mentioned are either solvable or outweighed by the benefits of going fully digital. Regarding accessibility and the digital divide, it's true that not everyone has access today, but technology is constantly becoming cheaper and more user-friendly. Smartphone penetration is increasing globally. Governments and organizations are working to expand internet access. Public libraries often provide free computer and internet access, along with digital literacy programs to help people, including seniors, learn the necessary skills. We shouldn't hold back progress because some are slower to adapt. Instead, we should focus on helping everyone catch up. On the point of security, yes, digital systems face threats, but so do paper documents. Paper can be easily lost, stolen, damaged by fire or water, or simply misfiled and never found again. Digital security is constantly improving with better encryption, multi-factor authentication, and secure cloud backups, often in multiple locations. Major institutions trust digital systems for highly sensitive information. It's about implementing robust security measures, which is achievable. As for long-term preservation, standards are being developed for archival digital formats. Important historical documents are already being digitized, which actually makes them more accessible to researchers and the public worldwide, while the fragile original can be safely preserved. Regarding the value of physical documents and signatures, legal frameworks are evolving rapidly to accept electronic signatures and digital contracts as fully valid. While some may prefer the feel of paper, the overwhelming benefits of efficiency, searchability, and environmental responsibility offered by digital documents make the transition necessary. Let's not cling to the past. Let's embrace the efficiency, cost savings, and environmental benefits of a fully electronic future.
Thank you, Mark. Elena, it's now your turn to respond.
Thank you, Sarah. Mark paints an optimistic picture, but I believe he underestimates the persistent challenges and overlooks some key counterarguments. Mark claims the environmental benefits are clear, but he ignores the significant environmental cost of electronics. Manufacturing computers, servers, and smartphones requires mining rare earth metals, often under poor environmental and labor conditions. These devices consume a lot of electricity, both during use and in the massive data centers that store our electronic files. This energy often comes from burning fossil fuels. And what about electronic waste, or e-waste? Discarded devices are a huge, toxic problem globally. So claiming digital is simply quote, 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 greener is an oversimplification. Regarding efficiency and cost, Mark focuses on paper costs, but ignores the hidden costs of digital systems. You need to constantly buy new devices, pay for software licenses and updates, invest in robust security systems, pay for IT support staff, and cover the electricity bills for all this equipment. For organizations, migrating to new digital systems can be extremely expensive and time-consuming. Paper systems, while having storage costs, are stable, and don't require constant technological upgrades. Mark suggests accessibility issues are easily solved, but the digital divide remains a reality for millions globally. Public libraries help, but they aren't a complete solution for daily needs or for people with mobility issues. Saying we should help people catch up is easier said than done and risks creating a two-tier society. On security, while measures improve, major data breaches affecting millions of people are still frighteningly common. Relying solely on digital systems puts critical information at constant risk from sophisticated hackers or system failures. And the problem of long-term digital preservation, ensuring files are readable decades from now, is far from solved. Format obsolescence is a real danger for archives. Therefore, the risks of excluding people, the environmental impact of electronics, the hidden costs, and the vulnerability of digital data make a complete switch away from paper unwise. We need prudence and balance, not a blind rush towards digitization.
Thank you both for those responses. Let's move into a brief discussion. Mark, Elena raised concerns about the environmental impact of manufacturing electronics and the energy consumption of data centers. How does the push for digital address these specific issues?
That's a valid point, Sarah. The tech industry is increasingly aware of these impacts. There are growing efforts in electronics recycling and designing products for longer lifespans and easier repair. Many large tech companies are investing heavily in renewable energy sources to power their data centers, aiming for carbon neutrality. Also, the energy efficiency of devices and data centers is constantly improving. While the impact isn't zero, the long-term environmental savings from drastically reducing paper production and transport are still substantial. It's about continuous improvement and responsible technology development which is happening.
Elena, Mark argues that relying on paper hinders progress, efficiency, and collaboration, especially for businesses operating globally or researchers needing quick access to information. Does clinging to paper in certain areas slow us down unnecessarily?
I'm not advocating for clinging to paper everywhere, Sarah. I'm advocating for a hybrid approach where we use the best tool for the job. For rapid international business communication or large data set analysis, digital is clearly superior. I don't dispute that. However, for ensuring the absolute authenticity of a critical legal document, for providing access to someone without digital means, or for the long-term archival preservation of unique cultural artifacts, paper currently offers advantages in security and stability that digital systems struggle to match reliably. It's not about slowing progress. It's about managing risk and ensuring inclusivity. Progress shouldn't mean leaving vulnerable people or irreplaceable information behind.
Mark, any brief final reaction to Elena's point about specific cases where paper might still be superior?
I understand the sentiment, but I believe technology will solve those specific cases too. Digital watermarks, blockchain for authenticity, improved accessibility tools. These are developing fast. Holding onto paper as a necessity feels like delaying the inevitable and missing out on the vast efficiencies digital offers across the board.
Elena, a brief reaction?
Believing technology will solve everything is perhaps too optimistic. We need to base decisions on the proven realities of today, where paper still provides essential safeguards and accessibility in certain contexts. A balanced approach remains the most responsible path.
All right. Thank you both. We now move to closing statements. Mark, please summarize your position.
Certainly. The case for completely replacing paper with electronic documents is strong and clear. It offers significant environmental benefits by saving trees and reducing waste. It provides unparalleled efficiency, allowing instant access, search, and sharing of information. It saves considerable costs on supplies and physical storage space. While challenges like security and accessibility exist, they are actively being addressed and improved through technological innovation and support programs. Moving fully digital is not just about convenience. It's about building a more sustainable, efficient, and modern world. Let's fully embrace this progress.
Thank you, Mark. And Elena, your closing statement?
Thank you. While digital tools are valuable, completely eliminating paper documents would be a mistake with serious consequences. We risk excluding those on the wrong side of the digital divide: the elderly, the poor, those with certain disabilities. We expose essential information to significant security threats and the uncertainties of long-term digital preservation. We also overlook the environmental costs of electronics and ignore the unique legal, cultural, and practical value that paper continues to hold in specific, important situations. The goal should be balance, not replacement. Let's use technology wisely, but retain paper where it serves us best, ensuring a future that is both efficient and inclusive, secure, and mindful of preserving our heritage.
Thank you, Mark Johnson and Elena Petrova, for a thoughtful and detailed debate on this important topic. You've clearly highlighted the tension between the drive for digital efficiency and modernization and the crucial concerns around accessibility, security, and the enduring role of paper. Thank you to our audience for watching.